Shalom, Yasha'Allah. First and foremost, I get all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash, the apostles, and others, a great millstone, Ruel, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. And I got another article here from The Guardian, and it reads, Portugal needs to pay the cost of slavery and colonialism, says president. It says critics of Marcelo Rebelo de Souza say behind remarks is lack of national recognition that slavery should be discussed in schools. And this came out April 24th, 2024, the hopeful year of Jacob Strubble. And it reads, Portugal needs to pay the cost of slavery and other colonial era crimes. The country's president has said in a rare instance of a European leader seemingly backing the need for reparations, right? Because it's rare because majority of the European, so-called, white or, Edomite, leaders, they have that manifest destiny mindset that this was supposed to happen. We were supposed to do this. We were supposed to be on top, and we were supposed to put y'all beneath, enslave y'all, this and that. Which ultimately, through the scriptures, that is the truth. The Lord put the spirit on you to what? Enslave his people. Why? Because they were transgressing against the law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So that is true. But what isn't true is the Lord did not remain for that to be forever and forevermore. It was just for what? As a matter of fact, let me see if I get it real quick. It was a punishment. This is Isaiah chapter 47, verse 6. It says, I was wroth with my people. I have polluted my inheritance. And it said, and given them into thy hand. See, the Lord was wroth, or what, he was angry with us. So that's why we were delivered into y'all hands. It says, and given them, we were given, like you didn't, take by force, so to speak, but you was given, just like I said, the earth was given to the hand of the wicked. So this was your time period to rule. It says, thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient has thou very heavily laid thy yoke. And look, and when y'all did this, y'all didn't show no mercy. Y'all didn't care if it was elderly. Y'all didn't care if it was a child, whatever the case may be. Man, y'all put a heavy yoke on the children of Israel, and you most definitely gonna have to pay for that. But going on, it says, so yeah, that's why we were carried into captivity, because why the Lord was upset with us, angry with us, right? It says Portugal has long grappled with calls by campaigners to address its legacy as the European country with the longest historical involvement in the slave trade. During the span of 4 centuries, nearly 6 million Africans, so-called Africans, right? These are ultimately, is a majority, Israelites. Could be some Hamites that's in there, but, just because, with the world, it's the world teach you this. If we're, say we Israelites, but if we born over there in China, we're Chinese. If we born over there in the Philippines, we Philippine. No, that's not how things work. Your nation go back to your seed line, who you come from, not the land that you live in. So majority of these, so-called Africans were, Israelites, were kidnapped and forcibly transported across the Atlantic by Portuguese vessels. See, you got some idiots say, oh, well, the Israelites just, put shackles on themselves and ask to be thrown into slavery. Now, who the hell would do something like that? Just go out these devils, man. They just say any and everything. They just don't want to take accountability for their actions. They always want to blame. Well, it was this situation. Well, it was that era, or it was this century. Man, it don't matter. It happened. That's the point of the whole situation. And Portugal, they ultimately, you tie Portugal with Spain. They part of what? They know the EU. They part of what? The beast, right? It says, those who managed to survive the voyage were enslaved and forced to toil on plantations in the Americas, mostly in Brazil, while Portugal and its institutions profited from their labor, right? Which as all these other, England, France, the Dutch, they all profited from the labor of the Israelites, right? Even to this day, still profiting from the labor of the Israelites, right? It says the country's president, Marcelo Rebelo de Souza, said that at an event with foreign journalists on Tuesday that Portugal takes full responsibility for the wrongs of the past and that those crimes, including colonial massacres, had a cost. We have to pay the cost, he said. Are there action? Are there actions that were not punished and those responsible were not arrested? Are there goods? Are there goods that were looted and not returned? Let's see how we can repair this. See, hey, matter of fact, it's another scripture. I know it's in Job. Right here. Job chapter 20, verse 10, it says, his children shall seek to please the poor, and his hand shall restore their goods. Now, what this saying is what he's saying will please the poor, what will please the oppressed. Yes, finally someone's recognizing what we've been through, our peril and all this and that, and Jake talk about reparations, we need this, we need that. See, they seeking to please the poor. But ultimately we know that they're gonna restore the goods at the latter end. When we put when we're inserted into our righteous kingdom, and that we shall receive the forces of the Gentiles, and I think that's Isaiah 60. I think it's 60. Receive the forces of the Gentiles, meaning what their wealth, all the stuff they have, the jewels, the gold, everything of wealth, they gonna bring unto us. So that's gonna happen then. So you're gonna restore it then. It says, and not only just your wealth, but you. So that's true reparations, right? To ultimately to do that which you have done unto us, as the scripture say. We get some of those. But moving on, it says, the country of Slovakia. It say, the remarks came 1 year after Rebelo de Sousa said Portugal should apologize and assume responsibility for his role in the transatlantic slave trade, though he stopped short of providing any concrete details or a full apology. See, they ain't really, they say stuff to, receive a vote or to make them look good and this and that, but as scripture say, even when they do it good, they do it unwillingly. So, like I said, again, though he stopped short of providing any concrete details or a full apology. So he didn't even give a full apology. Just talking to the side of his neck. Look at it. This is a devil right here. Just look at it. Can you trust a face like that? Look like a complete demon. But going on to say, in both instances, the president's remarks were made primarily to international audiences. International audiences, said Paula Cardosa. It says, the founder of the AfroLink online platform for black professionals in Portugal. Right? It says, behind this international strategy is the lack of national recognition that this topic should be discussed. Cardosa said in the email, kids are still learning at schools that Portugal was an excellent colonizer, that the country discovered other countries, and that Portuguese people are so unique that they mix with different cultures as if no violence occurred. See, that's the lies that they teach the people, right? That's what they got there with the CRT. You gotta be careful what you say, right? What they're trying to do, they're trying to erase slavery out of the history books, out of textbooks, and make you just think that it's just always been there what it is. People living together, joining hand in harmony, and a utopia, which really is a dystopia that you live in. They want to further that dystopia, with the MOTB, and which is another topic for another day. But so that individual, I guarantee, is a Jake, and hey man, like I said, the history is vast. You gotta understand, when these when Esau started coming out of after that 1,000-year reign that Jake, that we had, and that's when Esau started to come back into power. And slowly and surely they was taking over different countries, so to speak, of Europe. And once they got to this area, then you got Ferdinand and Isabella, and in the 1500s, this and that. It's really started in some cases late 1300s. 1400s, the Borgias, just the Borgias, it's just going on and on. These people, when they came into power, like I said, they talking about people are so unique that they mixed with different cultures. No, they didn't mix. What they did was they, raped, robbed, and murdered. That's what they did, right? She agreed on the need for reparations, arguing that Portugal must pay the cost of being the creator of the transatlantic slave trade of a culture of dehumanization of black bodies. So it started with the Portuguese, which is, Portugal is, you can say Portuguese or like Spain, because that's ultimately who Columbus had sailed for. See, Columbus was Italian, but he couldn't get the funding and backing from Italy, so he went to Spain. You know, and then the history is vast, but Portugal is pretty much, when you look at Portugal on the map, it's pretty much, it's touching Spain. It's just a separation by a border from the two countries. But we put them together. But they have their little differences. But whatever the case may be, like I said, being the creator of the transatlantic slave trade. So it says, she said, practical actions to fight the systematic and structural racism that arose from this and that continue to color the country today were also needed. We don't even collect data on ethnicities to start with, said Cardoso. We are not even discussing the past, accepting that we must confront different historical narratives to consider the negative impact of the so-called discovery ages. So how is Portugal taking full responsibility? The Portuguese president remarks come after the United Nations human rights chief added his voice to the African and Caribbean countries calling for amends to be made over slavery and colonization. It says, like, because sorry, it's just supposed to fix everything. Throwing you a couple of thousand is supposed to fix something. This and that, whatever. But putting you on TV, cheering and giving you some roses, that's supposed to make everything okay, right? Absolutely not. As a matter of fact, there's a little more. Let me just read this. It say, on reparations, we must finally enter a new era. The High Commissioner for Human Rights, Volker Turk, said last week at a UN forum on people of African descent. Governments must step up to show true leadership with genuine commitments to move swiftly from words to actions that will adequately address the wrongs of the past. It says between the 15th and 19th century, at least 12.5 million Africans, Israelites, were kidnapped into slavery and forcibly transported. Now, don't get me wrong, some of our people, chasers, sellouts, some of our people, they had a part in us being delivered to captivity as well, but they guarantee you that they met captivity as well themselves. But going on, it says 12.5 million Africans were kidnapped into slavery and forcibly transported long distances by mainly European ships and merchants. They say right here, we need to tell people everything, But it's already been known. It's just, y'all know, like, they trying to take it out of those books because y'all know, man, y'all wrong. And it's like the spirit on them that they feel like, man, they about to pay for it. It's just I speak as a man, but it's like the spirit on them, like, man, they feel like they about to pay for that. Something about the, saying some, how they put it in, some karma, some reaping what you sow is about to come back upon them. And if they having that thought process, then they damn right. But it's just going to come in a way that they don't, and that they won't even imagine. They say European leaders, for the most part, have sought to steer clear of meaningfully addressing the call for reparations. When the government of the Netherlands apologized for its role in the translated slave trade in 2022, it said, I guess that's the 200 million or 172 million fund to address this past will not be used to compensate descendants, but instead spent on initiatives such as education and addressing the present day impacts. Yeah, see, they don't want to give you shit. But we'll, build, we'll build up, buildings for more indoctrination and more, educating you on this and that. Ultimately, just to put you in that same cycle. Like that's what is that gonna help? These institutions ain't good for us. You're just indoctrinating the people, right? So instead of giving you money that your blood, sweat, and tears and your ancestors done got their ass whooped over this and that, so they can't give you nothing physical, but we'll build this for you. You can go to it, It said addressing the present-day impacts of slavery. Germany has been chastised for excluding the ethnic minorities who were murdered by the tens of thousands from talks over reparations. See, like, all this stuff is coming out. Like I said, your glory shall be changed. Matter of fact, I don't want to butcher it. Right here, Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 10, 2 verse 16. It says, thou art filled with shame for glory, right? Drink thou also and let thy foreskin be uncovered. See, you're being exposed. Everybody's seeing y'all for who y'all are. And y'all just, what? Y'all devils. Y'all demons. Y'all evil, right? The cup of the Lord shall watch my right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. So now all the stuff that uplifted you, that made you look, that made your stout, that look, you had that proud ass look over all these nations and all these countries and whatever the case may be. Now they looking at you with that side eye like, y'all really ain't cracked up what who y'all say y'all are. Y'all evil, y'all wicked. And then the funny thing is, even your own counterparts saying the same thing about you, but they do y'all still the same people. Even though you point the finger at them, you point at yourself. You got to pay for the same thing that they have paid. But all y'all, hey, as scripture say, man, all y'all gonna pay for it. But yeah, the things that you were glorified on, it's turned into shame now. And that's why all these people is they expose you this, exposing that, exposing this. Right? Hey, but y'all kingdom is over with. Right? It say, speaking to reporters on Tuesday, Rebelo de Souza said he believed that acknowledging the past and taking responsibility for it was more important than apologizing. Apologizing is the easy part. So yeah, you can say sorry, but what's that true accountability? What is true reparations, right? Which we gonna get. But again, I'm gonna read that again. Portugal needs to pay the cost of slavery. Um, we just gonna get into it, Because let's pay, like, we say, okay, the slavery, they was taken from this place, like, so they take it from Africa to Europe, then from Europe to Brazil, into the Americas, the Caribbean, okay. But what does Scripture say? This is Exodus chapter 21, verses 16, and y'all say this is the law of the land, and, we all believe in God and the Word and all this and that, right? Well, this is what the Word of God says. The true God, Yahweh Shemel Shai. It said that he that stealeth a man, right? Did y'all not steal these people, the Israelites, from the interiors of Africa, from the west coast of Africa? Did you not steal them from, Europe, because we fled there too? Did you not come over to the Americas and take them from there and transform them back, right? So it say he that stealeth a man, what, and selleth him. What's Black Friday all about? Then they have auction blocks and, hey, saying selling this. Hey, we got a big one. You got a 6'4". He's 270 pounds, and you can lift up a car. And yeah, you didn't have these people. Like I said, how they do the draft, right? That's where all that stuff come from. Ultimately, slavery. So it say he that selleth a man and selleth him, y'all sold the Israelites. Or if he be found in his hand now, it's not being over here in America. It's that you now. Of course, it was given to the Northern Kingdom, but who came and took it over, right? Esau, Edom. Are we not found their hand? Are we not oppressed by them? Are we not their captives? And not over here just in America, but over there in Portugal, over there in Spain, Britain, France, Austria, Hungary, you name it. All those places, Portugal, all those places, when you look over there, you see so-called, and we know through the spirit, some our people may look like Edomites, but the ones who look, like I said, oh, that's a nigga, what you would say. Are they not found in their hands still? Right? So we are yet this day in the land of our captivities, right? And to be a captive, somebody, you have to have a captor. And the main captor is who? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. And they say, well, he shall surely be put to death. That's the end all be all that's gonna happen to you. Right? You're gonna be put to death. They talk about reparations. Well, ain't nothing you can do. Like, ain't nothing you can do. This is what the Lord calls for part of the reparations. This is Numbers chapter 35, verse 33. It says, so ye shall not pollute the land wherein you are, for blood defileth the land. Did they not come and make war with the saints? Did they not come fight, the Northern Kingdom over here? Right? Didn't they fight when the time period came and they brought the Southern Kingdom over? Did they not go to fight against them? And what happened when they brought them over here in this land and on the plantation, all the raping and robbing and murdering? That happened. That was that blood that was defiling the land. Right? For blood to defile the land. It say, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood of the shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. So how this place can be cleansed, how that payback can, ultimately be executed is by your blood being spilt on the land of those who you spilt it of. That's what's true reparations. The same thing that happened unto us happened unto you. Right? As a matter of fact, as I say in Limitation and other places too, it say Lamentations chapter 1, verse 21, it say, they have heard that I sigh. There is none to cover me, right? None of these nations came to cover you, to see how you doing, to ask how you doing. Are you okay? Can we help you? None of them nations did that, right? It say, who shall be born thee? Right? It say, all my enemies have heard of my trouble. All these nations have heard of our trouble, right? They benefited off of it, right? It say, boy, they are glad that thou hast done it. See, they was glad when you got put into captivity. They was glad that we fell short of the glory of Yahweh Shemashah, and he got wroth with us and he delivered to their hands. They were glad, right? It say, thou wilt bring the day that thou hast called, and they shall be like unto me. See, the condition that you see the Israelites are in Babylon the Great, around the world, but primarily over here, where are we at? Where are we captives at? That situation that you see them in, hey, it's gonna be a changing or reversal of roles. Now you're gonna be the captive, and we are gonna be the captives. You're gonna be the oppressed, and we're gonna be the oppressors, right? Because they say that will bring the day that thou hast called, and they shall be like unto me. So what you seeing right now, hey, that's gonna be your ass in the near future. Right? It say, let all their wickedness come before thee, and do unto them as thou hast done unto me. What did it say? Do unto them as thou hast done unto me. So everything that y'all have done unto us, the same thing gonna be done unto you. Revelation 18 says what? Reward them double. So you're gonna receive more of a but you're gonna receive double that, even triple. Whatever the case may be, you gonna receive, but you for sure gonna receive double as what you have done unto us. In righteousness. We ain't gonna do none of that wicked stuff that y'all did to us, but hey, as the scripture say, like that shall meditate terror. Oh man, that's some strange things gonna happen to y'all. Like I said, there gonna be no funny business. But y'all gonna be getting, excuse my Swedish, but man, for lack of better words, man, y'all gonna get fucked up in the kingdom. Trust and believe that. They say, let all their wickedness come before thee, and do unto them as thou hast done unto me, for what? All my transgressions. So what the hell you think gonna happen to y'all for all that y'all have done? Right? For my signs are many and my heart is faint, right? And that's how we feel over here. Right? It speaks about, man, look, it's a matter of fact, you just get it. Cause who come to help us, right? Who cares for us? Who extend the arm out? Who? Right? Isaiah chapter 63 verse 5. It says, and I looked, and there was none to help, and I wondered that there was none to uphold. Therefore my own arm brought salvation to me, and my fury upheld me. Right? So, hey man, the heavens above, see, they ain't nobody helping us. Right? Who gonna help my people? Y'all try, who gonna help my people? Ain't nobody step up. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do it on my own. And that's who's gonna pull back up to deliver us. Right? They say, and I will tread down the people in my anger and make them drunk in my fury. And I will bring down their strength to the earth. See, that's what, hey, come sit down in the dust. Oh, virgin daughter of Babylon, man, come sit in the dust, in confusion, in the lowest state. That's happening right now. But ultimately what, man, y'all gonna be brought down, man. Y'all gonna be destroyed on this side, put in captivity, and then serve out your sentence, and then ultimately be eradicated forever from all the face of the earth. So, trust me, we got help. Those of the know, we know we got help. That's what we waiting for. And we patiently waiting, patiently suffering, but we know it's going to happen. We know it's going to come to pass. We are not going to be in this situation forever. Going to what's going to happen to y'all. This is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1. For the Lord, Yahweh Shemashah, will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel, right? He going to have mercy on Jacob and yet choose Israel. He didn't say he going to have mercy on everybody who call on JC. He did not say he going to have mercy on everybody who I want to serve y'all God like that. I'm an Edomite, forgive me. No. He going to choose Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, right? Ain't no bountiful decoration gonna set us in our own land. We ain't going to our own land by, carriage, horse and buggy, and trains and airplanes, and no, we going back by what? Chariots, right? So-called UFOs, UAPs. The strangeness of his salvation, right? It says, and the stranger shall be joined with them. Now these strangers will be the Israelite foreigners, not the strangers, either other nations either. No. Because the second verse going to add light to that. And shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. Now, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them. See, these other nations shall possess them in the land of Yahweh Shemashai for what? For servants and handmaids. Because they say what? That the Israelites is a nation of kings and priests. It didn't say that we're going to be a nation of handmaids and servants. That's reserved for what? These heathens, right? It says, and they shall take them captives who what? Whose captives they were. Hey, like, man. And they shall rule their oppressors, right? This is what I want to get real quick, too, right here. In the 15th century, Portugal became the first European nation to take significant part in African slave trade. The Portuguese primarily acquired slaves for labor on Atlantic African island plantations and later for plantations in Brazil and the Caribbean, though they also sent a small number to Europe. Right? See, right here, the Atlantic slave trade began trade in 1444, 144. Hey, Bakatay, how about Jamel Shai? When Portuguese traders brought the first large number of slaves from Africa to Europe. In 1526, Portuguese mariners carried the first shipload of African slaves to Brazil and the Americas, establishing the Atlantic slave trade. Right? It's, just a little history on it, So they was the first, like I said, the first to take significant part in the slave trade. So guess what? You niggas gonna go, y'all going into slavery, right? This is hey, matter of fact, hey, hold on. Hey, Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21, they say, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers. Yeah, prepare. Oh, it wasn't me. I got black friends. We're okay. I work with them. And hey, man, look, reincarnation is biblical. And that's another thing people, they fail to, obtain the understanding of, but that's ultimately the Lord blind to you. Because reincarnation do exist. And no, you don't come back as no damn worm or no bug or no chair or no kitchen table. No, you come back, your spirit, come back, reincarnation, you come back in the flesh, right? So your spirit is the same, but you come back in a new body, right? So y'all, that wasn't me, that would be nigga, yes, it was you. Just like it was us who seeing and, what happened and, we transgressed and got put in captivity. That was us. It's but prepare slaughter for his children, right? Prepare slaughter. A slaughter is prepared for you, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the worlds with cities. For I will rise up against them, saith Yahweh Shemashai host, and cut off from Babylon a name and remnant and son and nephew, saith Yahweh Shemashai. Ultimately, after y'all serve your captivity, hey, like I said, when you cut off the son and nephew, that's a seed line. That's going through the men. You cut that off, you cannot bring the nation back if you don't have the men of that nation, right? Just like Israel, we can bring our nation back with other nations of women, but because why? The seed line is coming from us. So without that seed line, you cannot ultimately repopulate a nation or regenerate, so to speak. You can't bring them back without that seed line, But hey, that's what's prepared for y'all, right? Jeremiah. Get one more too. Jeremiah 30, verse 16, it say, therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, right? Every one of them, every last one of the other nations, shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. See, man, look, what y'all did to us, man, y'all gonna be put in that same situation. Hey, 1144, babe, I can tell you how about your man was shy. 144. Hey, man, all y'all are going into captivity. I don't give a damn if you played a significant role or less significant, whatever the case may be. All your other nations who are not other nations of Israel, y'all going to slavery. Point blank, period. Oh my God, my Jesus, they don't exist. They don't exist. Clown. And I'm going to end it right here. This Obadiah chapter 1 verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. And hey, for what y'all did to the Israelites, hey, shame gonna cover thee, right? Your shame is starting right now, but especially when you in the kingdom, when y'all are the lowest stage, just dirty, musty, just completely through on the plantations, y'all gonna be full of shame. And then it say, thou shalt be cut off forever, because the time for it gonna come where 18, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. And they shall kindle them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord Yahweh Bashimashah has spoken it. And that's the end all.
be all for you Edomites, you so-called white people. The Lord we gonna dead you on this side, we y'all go to war with them, put you in slavery, and then do away with y'all ass forever for all that you have done. Again, verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Hey, and that's what we yearning for, and we know it's gonna come to pass, and we just patiently hastening for that day to come. For Esau is the beginning of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of that follows. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying, to the body. We give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash, the violence of our apostles and elders, take their millstone, and do well, and peace and blessings of hopeful elect. Shalom.